Have you ever noticed this? Some days you just feel heavy for no reason. It's like you're trying to walk forward, but something unseen is holding you back, making it hard to find your path, or you feel surrounded by a kind of static that clouds your thoughts. Now, listen closely. Not all our struggles are loud and obvious. Many of them are quiet. They are simply a deep internal imbalance. And the way to find our balance again is often much simpler than we believe. Think about it like this: certain things found in nature, simple gifts from the earth itself, hold a special kind of quiet strength. A strength that can help cleanse our inner state, ground us, and gently untie the knots that have kept us stuck for a long time. Today, I want to talk about one such food. A food that, when you welcome it into your life just once a week, can help you clear away these disturbances, release the heavy feeling of lack, and dissolve the grip of unsettling thoughts. When we talk about food, our minds usually jump to technical things, like vitamins, proteins, and minerals. We think about what our bodies need to keep moving, to keep the physical machine running. But ancient wisdom teaches us something deeper. What you eat doesn't just go into your stomach. It becomes a part of your inner environment. Think about a seed, a fruit, or a leaf. Each one carries a quiet story, a life-giving quality placed there by the sun, the soil, and the water long before we came along. The earth itself is full of life, and the food it offers isn't just for survival. It's also for our inner stability. And once you start to see it this way, you'll begin to notice why some foods make you feel sluggish, unsettled, or restless, while others help you feel refreshed, clear, and stronger from the inside. Your inner state is deeply connected to your body. That's why so many old traditions use things like mindful eating, simple herbs, and special meals as part of their practice. They understood something quite simple: the body is the container for our mind and awareness. And if the container is clouded, our thoughts and feelings become vulnerable. But if the body is strengthened with pure and simple things from nature, our inner world can become as solid as a mountain. In a few moments, I am going to ask you to make a small, simple declaration. When we do that together, something shifts. You are telling yourself that you are ready for a new path, that you are ready for clarity. And if this way of thinking, this journey toward quiet strength, feels right to you, I invite you to subscribe. This way, we can continue to explore these simple truths together. Okay, are you ready? Right now, go down to the comments and write this with me. I am Stieraugi. By writing this, you're not just typing words. You're planting a seed of intention in your own mind. Do it now. Now, think for a moment about how unease works in our lives. It doesn't usually show up like a big thunderstorm. It's much quieter. It often slips in through the small cracks we don't notice, through the moments when we are not paying attention. When your inner vitality is low, when your body feels heavy from processed, lifeless food, you become like an open door for all kinds of disturbances that grow well in that kind of environment. That is why the connection between what you eat and your inner sense of safety is so profound. You can try to think positive thoughts. You can try to be calm. But if your body, your very foundation, remains unbalanced, the door is still ajar. When you eat food that carries life, that holds the quiet strength of the sun and the earth, you are not just filling your stomach. You are steadying your foundation. You are aligning yourself with the simple, powerful rhythm of nature. Picture a fruit ripened by the sun, fed by the soil, and washed clean by the rain. That fruit holds the essence of life itself. And when you bring it into your body, you are taking in a kind of shield, a gentle light, an unseen grounding force that helps you feel centered. This is why certain foods are so important when you feel tangled in difficult patterns or stuck under a weight from the past. They help restore a natural balance to your body. They return a sense of quiet vitality to your mind. They gently awaken your inner resilience and make it harder for that feeling of being stuck to find a place to hold on. Look, a weak flame can be put out by the slightest breeze, but a strong, steady fire isn't easily disturbed. In the same way, when your inner life burns bright and clear, confusion and heaviness have no place to settle. So remember this: every time you eat, you are choosing to either feed that state of unease or feed your own quiet strength. Choose life, choose simplicity, and choose what empowers you from the inside out. That is where your true sense of safety begins. These unsettling patterns don't always arrive with a loud warning that you can see coming. They are subtle, they are patient, and they look for instability. Like how water finds the smallest crack in a rock and, over a long time, slowly works its way in. These disturbances look for similar openings in your life. And one of the most common ways they enter is through the body itself. When you're tired, when you're not mindful about what you eat, when your inner system feels heavy and out of sync, you unknowingly create space for these troubles to take root. You've probably noticed this yourself. In moments when you're feeling unwell or completely exhausted, fears can feel much bigger. Doubts get much louder, and strange, difficult situations seem to happen more often. This is not a coincidence. A body that lacks vitality is like an unguarded gate. Anything can wander through. Unsettling thoughts and old emotional weights thrive when your vitality is low. Their influence gets stronger when the very container of your awareness, your body, is not cared for. This explains why so many people who feel under a constant weight also feel tired all the time, can't sleep well, and can't find peace even when nothing on the outside is wrong. Their body has become an easy pathway for that inner noise. Now, think about the foods that are all around us every day. Processed, empty of life, disconnected from their source. A food like that might fill your stomach, but it doesn't truly nourish you. It can weaken your body's natural resilience, dull your senses, and create a low, heavy feeling inside. In this state, it becomes so much easier for difficult patterns to stick around, for unsettling ideas to influence your mind, and for a kind of spiritual heaviness to just settle over you. And here's a simple truth: many people are trying to fix their inner world with just their thoughts, wondering why the struggles don't stop. But the real issue is that their physical gate has been left wide open. The good news is, just as the body can be a point of weakness, it can also become your greatest source of stability. When you strengthen your body with life-filled foods, when you take care to purify what you allow inside, you make it very difficult for that heaviness to hold on. Those old patterns lose their grip because they can't find instability to cling to. Unsettling thoughts cannot thrive in a body that is full of quiet light and strength. Every mindful bite of pure, natural food becomes not just nourishment, but a form of inner defense. This is why people who live in a simple way, with clean eating, awareness, and mindful living, often seem untouchable by the negativity around them. They may walk through storms, but inside, they remain steady. They may face difficulties, but these old patterns cannot bind them. Their body is not an entry point for disturbance, but a temple that radiates quiet strength. So, if you want to resist that inner static and break the cycle of feeling stuck, don't only focus on your thoughts. Take care of your body as well, because when the body is strong, your mind becomes untouchable. In this world, some foods are not just for satisfying hunger. They carry a meaning far deeper than what you can taste. For thousands of years, across different cultures, people have recognized the quiet power in specific foods. They use them in simple practices for cleansing, for healing, and for a sense of protection. These foods are not just ordinary things. They are symbols of purity and renewal. They remind us that nature was designed with a certain intelligence. And within that simple design lies the power to help us with things we cannot always see. Think about how a simple fruit or herb has existed for centuries. It always comes back in its season, always giving life without asking for anything. It carries the memory of the earth, the strength of the soil, the purity of the rainwater, and the energy of the sun. When you mindfully eat a food like this, it does more than nourish your body. It awakens a quiet resilience in your mind. It fills you with a kind of groundedness that unease cannot withstand, because it comes directly from the earth itself. That is why certain foods were seen as special, why they were used in times of reflection and shared during times of difficulty. They were used to gently break away old, heavy patterns of thought and feeling. The food we are speaking of has long been seen as a shield, a purifier, a symbol of protection. This is not just because of its nutritional content. It is because of the simple, clear quality it represents. When you eat it, you are aligning yourself with countless generations of people who used it as a gentle tool against those feelings of being stuck, as a cleanser for their inner world, and as a symbol of hope. It becomes a quiet declaration that you will not be consumed by fear, that you won't be controlled by unsettling thoughts, and that you will not live under the shadow of a heavy heart. And there is a good reason why you should eat it regularly, not just once in a while. Real inner safety isn't built in a single moment. It's built through gentle consistency. Just as your body needs nourishment every day to stay alive, your inner world needs constant, gentle reinforcement to stay guarded. When you have this food once a week, you create a rhythm, a cycle of renewal that resets your inner state and strengthens your defenses. Think of it like looking after your house. You make sure the windows are clean and the structure is sound. You make sure there are no open cracks for the wind and rain to get through. This food becomes more than something you eat. It becomes a reminder of your own strength, your own purity, and your own capacity for resilience. Each time you eat it, you are telling yourself, I am clear, I am strong, I am grounded. It's not just about what enters your body, but about what it represents in your life. So, understand this simple truth. When you embrace a food chosen for this purpose, you are not just eating. You are declaring your freedom from old patterns, from a mindset of lack, and from the grip of those unsettling inner voices. Inner stability doesn't just happen by accident. It's like building physical strength. You have to train your body regularly. In the same way, strength of mind is built by consistent practice. It's not enough to do something just one time and then hope the effects will last forever. Unsettling thoughts don't rest. Confusion doesn't stop looking for a way in. That is why the habit of eating this chosen food once a week is so important. This is not a superstitious ritual. It is a discipline. It is a way of reminding your body and mind that you will not let your guard down. You will not leave the doors of your inner home open to disturbances. When you create this rhythm, something powerful starts to happen. You align yourself with a cycle of renewal. Each week, your body is not only nourished, but also recharged with a quiet, inner strength. Think of it like pouring fresh oil into a lamp, so the flame inside you never dies out. A single spark can fade away quickly, but a flame that is constantly given fuel burns so bright that no darkness can overcome it. This weekly practice ensures that your inner shield is never weak, that your defenses are never lowered, and that negativity has no chance to settle in your life. Many people struggle because they start off strong, but they lack consistency. They might seek stillness once when they feel desperate, but forget to continue the practice when life feels a bit easier. They cleanse themselves once when they feel heavy, but then leave themselves open again just a few days later. Consistency is the key. It's what separates a moment of relief from a life of freedom. Eating this food once a week isn't just about the food. It's about building a rhythm of discipline. It's about teaching yourself to remain mindful and refusing to give those unsettling thoughts a chance to regroup and return. Imagine your inner life is like a garden. If you tend to it for one day and then abandon it for the next 6, weeds will eventually take over. But if every week you reinforce the soil, if every week you cleanse and strengthen it, the weeds will find it very hard to grow and will eventually disappear. This is the power of persistence. It's not the big, dramatic moments that protect you the most. It is the small, consistent actions, repeated over and over, that create a strength that cannot be shaken. Each time you follow this simple weekly cycle, you are declaring with your actions that confusion cannot rest in your life, that a feeling of lack cannot chain you, and that unsettling thoughts cannot claim you. You are not giving them a single moment of opportunity. You are maintaining your shield, keeping your fire alive, and ensuring that your path stays clear and open. So please understand, protection comes to those who are consistent. Eat this once a week, not as a ritual of fear, but as a rhythm of strength. Because when you remain disciplined, no old pattern, no spell of confusion, and no disturbance can stand against you. The feeling of lack is not just about not having enough money. It is a state of mind, a condition of limitation. It is like a heavy chain that holds people down and makes them believe that struggle is all there is for them. It's that silent force that seems to block opportunities, that turns plenty into scarcity, and that closes doors right when you thought they were about to open. So many people work hard, and yet, no matter how much effort they put in, they don't see the results they want. They save money, but then something unexpected happens, and it's all gone. They build something up, but then something always comes along and tears it down. Think about it. This isn't just a coincidence. It is often the weight of a negative mindset working against them. And very often it is fueled by old patterns and self-doubt that seek to keep a person feeling trapped. But just as darkness cannot stay where there is light, a feeling of lack cannot remain where these inner chains are broken. The food we're talking about doesn't just nourish the body and strengthen the mind. It also begins to gently dismantle the hidden structures of this poverty mindset in your life. When you eat it with intention, with awareness, and with consistency, you're doing more than feeding your stomach. You are aligning yourself with a feeling of abundance. You are quietly declaring that lack has no right to live inside of you. This heavy energy thrives in a state of weakness, and the poverty mindset is one of its greatest tools. It convinces your mind to accept less than your worth. It weakens your will to keep trying. It places a kind of veil over your eyes, so you can't even see the opportunities that are right there. But when the body is cleansed and the mind is strengthened, that veil is lifted. Suddenly, you start to see paths that were hidden before. Ideas come to you more clearly. The courage to act replaces the fear of failure. And step by step, the chains of that old mindset of lack begin to fall away. This is why so many ancient traditions understood the link between our food, our inner state, and our prosperity. They believe that when you consume something pure, something alive, it carries not just vitality, but also a kind of blessing. It helps restore balance and attracts favor into your life. And once that positive flow begins, poverty has no power to stay, because prosperity is not just about what you own. It's about your inner state. It's about being aligned with growth, with opportunity, with success, and with freedom. You might be thinking, how can something so simple make such a big difference? But here's the thing, the greatest power often lies in simplicity. A small key can open the heaviest door. A single seed can grow into a massive tree that feeds generations. In the same way, one simple act, when done consistently, can change the entire direction of your life. Eating this food once a week is that act. It is a key that helps unlock the doors that a poverty mindset has kept shut for too long. So understand this truth. The moment you strengthen your mind and body, that heavy feeling of lack loses its grip and a sense of abundance begins to flow. Eat with this intention, and you will see that old patterns break, new doors open, and blessings begin to find you. Life was never meant to be lived in a state of fear. You shouldn't be constantly looking over your shoulder, waiting for the next wave of doubt, the next setback, or the next piece of misfortune. You were made to live with strength, with clarity, and with a sense of freedom. But to step into that kind of life, you can't only think about your body or only think about your mind. You have to bring both into harmony. When your body is cared for and your mind is strong, something truly remarkable happens. You begin to live in alignment, and this alignment creates abundance. Abundance is not just about having a lot of money. It's about peace of mind. It's about health in your body and strength in your spirit. It's about walking into a room and knowing, with a quiet confidence, that you are not touched by the heaviness around you. It's about waking up each day with clarity, with courage, and with the firm belief that your life is guided and protected. This kind of life is not built in a single day. It is built step by step, choice by choice, week by week. And one of the most powerful choices you can make is to be consistent with the small actions that keep your mind sharp and your body strong. The food we speak of is more than just nourishment. It is a reminder that you are connected to the earth, that you are not weak, and that you carry within you the strength to rise above anything that comes against you. Eating it once a week is not really about the ritual. It is about the message you are sending to yourself and to the world. And that message is clear. You will not live under the grip of old patterns. You will not allow a feeling of lack to define your story. And you will not let unsettling thoughts dictate your future. You will live free, and you will live strong. Every week that you practice this simple discipline, you are reinforcing that truth. You are carving it deeper into your very being. Over time, the fear that once held you begins to dissolve. The heaviness that once surrounded you begins to lift. The opportunities that once seemed so far away begin to appear right in front of you. Your life starts to carry a different feeling, one that naturally attracts peace, protection, and prosperity. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. You don't need to be flawless to live in abundance, but you do need to be consistent. A single drop of water, falling again and again, can carve its way through stone. In the same way, your weekly act of purification, your weekly choice to build strength, will carve a path of freedom and blessings through your entire life. So never forget this. When your body and mind walk in unity, you become unstoppable, you become unshakable, and you become unbreakable. Eat this food once a week, and you will not only drive away disturbances, poverty, and unsettling thoughts, you will step into the fullness of the life you were always meant to live. And if you are truly ready to walk this path, to build this quiet, unshakable strength from the inside out, then subscribe and make this a promise to yourself. Let's continue this journey together.